Hey guys, it's John, and welcome back to my playthrough rather, of Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers. This is part 3, day 2. In day 1, we uncovered a lot of stuff. You wouldn't believe how much stuff. None of it really that creepy or interesting or relevant to the murders though, so we're just laying the groundwork. Let's talk to Grace a little bit. I want to see if I have any messages.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have any messages?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
So you're telling me I had like 8 yesterday, and then none today? Okay. Why don't you research what Gabriel St means? Let's take a look at the...
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Well, I want you to read it. Can I go read it? The newspaper, I mean? Please?
Times Picayune, dated June 19, 1993. A front-page article describes the most recent of the voodoo murders. Gabriel scans it but learns nothing new. The article reiterates that the voodoo aspect of the crimes is fake. Gabriel shivers. It looked real enough to him. Elsewhere, there's an article about the history of Jackson Square, called La Plaza d'Armas. Under French rule, it was used for executions, firing squads, hanging, even impalement and breaking on the wheel. Yikes! Of course, these days it's mostly a hangout for tourists, street musicians and local artists. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Chances of a dark star rising on this day. Do not trust your instinct.
I feel a dark star rising, all right.
Oh my god. Gabriel, please. Woof. Oh my gosh.
I'm going out.
See ya.
Wow. Anyway. Okay, so one of the most noteworthy things about today is that we get to go to the Historical Voodoo Museum where... Oh. Little cutscene, thank you.
Welcome, my friend.
Here
Hello.
we go.
I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk to him. Here we go. Dr. John, yes. We were waiting to talk to you. The lady here before was
Could I
not
ask
helpful.
you some questions?
That is why I am here.
All right. Now, just in the background, what are you thinking about who you think is voicing this person?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo? Or the voodoo currently practiced in the city?
Historical voodoo?
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importing of slaves from that region.
Why did that last line sound so different? Okay.
So, how did voodoo come to New Orleans?
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Slaves were permitted to gather, The Americans also removed the ban on West Indies slaves. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti. Between the lifting of the ban and the Haitian revolt, West Indies slaves began pouring into New Orleans. Some of them were free people of color, freed or escaped slaves. Some came with their white owners who were fleeing from the revolt.
Okay.
What happened when the West Indies slaves got here?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more than enthusiastic about embracing it. It gave them power, Mr. Knight, if only in the form of a communal bond. Among the first meeting places were the Bayou St. John and the shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
I've been there.
The early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers, worshipping the one they called the Great Zombie.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
By 1817, the voodoo activities were beginning to cause fear among the white slave owners. An ordinance was passed to forbid slave gatherings except in designated public areas at designated times. The time was Sunday afternoons and the place, Congo Square. The slaves and free people of color gathered to dance simulations of their voodoo dances right in sight of Creole society. Of course, they also continued to meet in private for the real thing.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
There were a variety of kings and queens at first, voodoo priests and priestesses. But from about 1830, a single power emerged. This was a voodoo queen named Marie Laveau.
Oh, yeah.
Marie Laveau ruled voodoo in New Orleans for many years.
We got a new word. We got a new keyword. Are we done talking about historical voodoo?
Tell
though?
me more.
I've given you as much detail as I can, Mr. Knight. Look around the museum if you desire more information.
Okay, so we can ask about Marie Laveau now.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaus, mother and daughter. Most people thought they were the same woman. Her continued youth added to the mystique. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris. It was she that began the empire. When the Widow Paris began to practice, there were many voodooans in the city. By 1830, she was voodoo queen of all New Orleans.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Widow Paris was a hairdresser for rich Creole ladies. She also paid household servants to spy for her. Between the two, she knew everything about everyone who mattered in New Orleans. She was not above using her information to appear psychic, to intimidate, or even to blackmail.
You sound as though you admire her.
For a black woman in the mid-1800s to gain power is an incredible thing, Mr. Knight. However she achieved it.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She kept a pet snake, danced with it too. She held traditional voodoo ceremonies out by the lake.
Out by the
She took
lake.
herself seriously, very seriously. But she was not above selling tickets for her events to curiosity seekers. She was not above using voodoo any way she could to make money. That is for certain. But if she had been in another line of work, in another age, that would have been interpreted as entrepreneurial genius rather than a sign of fraudulence.
Hey, you don't need to convince me. I admire anyone that can actually make a living.
Why does he say it like that? Sometimes Tim Curry adds like a little like to Gabriel Knight's lines. It's really funny.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
It was Marie Laveau who defined the voodoo that is truly and uniquely the voodoo of New Orleans. She invented hundreds, if not thousands of spells, potions, charms and incantations. These form the basis of the modern practice, not to mention the folk tradition of hoodoo.
Hoodoo? Hoodoo voodoo, bitch. That's the song from Dead Island, sorry. I always got Dead Island on the brain for about half of the day. Anyone else?
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
Her daughter, Marie Glapion, took over when the widow Paris got old. Most people thought it was the same Marie Laveau.
Right, I remember reading about that one
Both
time.
Maries encouraged that point of view. The widow Paris died in 1881. Marie Glapion had been reigning a long time by then. After the death of the widow Paris, other voodoo queens surfaced, and by 1890, the cult was fragmented again. Marie Glapion just sort of faded away.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Laveau tomb, where one or both of the Maries are believed to be buried, is in St. Louis Cemetery number 1.
I've seen
It
it.
is a popular shrine for practitioners and tourists alike. I myself take tours through the cemetery on a regular basis.
Really? Do you have any running this week?
No, but the cemetery is open to the general public as well.
I mean, we already knew that. But yeah. Okay, I think maybe we're done
Tell me
asking
more.
about it.
You have heard everything about Marie Laveau that a layman might expect to understand.
Wow, so condescending, Dr. John. Just kidding. Do you know about Gabriel Sanka?
Do you have any idea what Capri Saint-Gall means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr.
Oh, okay. Are they doing yard work outside right now? Perfect. Perfect. Oh yeah, so if you want to know who voices Dr. John, it's none other than Michael Dorn, who plays Wolfe from Star Trek Next Generation, among many other roles, but that's probably the most well-known one. Let's ask about voodoo, or sorry, current voodoo.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo, and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in their religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I, personally, am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo. But it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
Okay.
Tell me more.
There are many voodooians in New Orleans. They often do business selling gree-gree, telling fortunes, providing luck, and occasionally misfortune. Perhaps you would like to meet a voodooian.
Oh.
We refer those who seek a deeper experience with voodoo to a local practitioner, Magentia Moonbeam.
Sure, I'd love to meet her.
She lives on the corner of Orleans and Dauphine. I will call her and tell her you might stop by.
Great, thanks.
Nice. Seems like once we hit the bang, 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 that means we're kind of done
Tell
with
me
the
more.
conversation.
You have tapped my resources. My expertise is really historical. Perhaps Ms. Moonbeam can be of further help.
Okay. What about hoodoo?
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the gree-gree are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
Is there anything else I should know about hoodoo?
Not if your interest is primarily in voodoo. Hoodoo is of interest to those who study rural folk traditions, but it will not aid you in understanding true voodoo.
The word voodoo is starting to sound made up. It's like not a real word. Schottenjäger.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I have not.
Okay. What about the voodoo murders?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper? I know that they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
Okay.
What makes you think the voodoo murders aren't being done by local practitioners?
Voodoo is a popular boogeyman, Mr. Knight, especially in New Orleans. Anyone can pretend to use it, just as anyone can pretend to be a black belt in karate, and for the same reason, to intimidate. I know voodoo in this city, Mr. Knight, and believe me, it is not about killing. Even the police have stated that the killings have nothing to do with local voodoo.
Yeah, even them have stated that, huh?
So you know nothing about the voodoo murders case?
I neither know nor care to know, Mr. Knight. My only possible interest is in how it might affect the public's attitude towards the museum. So far, it has not been an issue. No one has even had the bad taste to bring it up. Until you, that is.
Oh, okay. Sure.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States as far as I am concerned.
That would be a shame. Sorry, as someone who has been to New Orleans several times, been to Bourbon Street, been in the French Quarter, helped out with gutting houses after Hurricane Katrina, it's not for me. Not my scene. It's kind of a party city, and I don't like Las Vegas either, to be fair. So not really my favorite. If it was the only city, wow.
What is it about New Orleans that you so admire?
It has a real culture of its own, Mr. Knight, amid the horrid blandness that is Americana. New Orleans alone has a voice.
Spoken like a true New Orleanian. Do you have anything else to say about New Orleans?
I have already given you my opinion, Mr. Knight.
Well, I'm just trying to exhaust dialogue, you understand, right? Because I got punished in the first video for not doing that with my messages from Grace. So we just need to make sure that we're talking about everything that we can possibly talk about. Let's talk about you.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Why did you open a voodoo museum?
Why did you open a voodoo museum?
I'll just let him say it next time.
The subject has fascinated me all my life, and I wanted to help preserve the cultural heritage it represents.
What kind of background in voodoo do you have?
Let us say that I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No. The museum does not make me a rich man, but my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
That's understandable.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
Wow. Just tell me anything.
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
Okay, so you're a bit of a private guy.
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Then, let us discuss something else.
I actually meant to click just tell me anything at all, but you know what? It's probably for the best. Okay. What's the narrator got to say about Dr. John?
Dr. John is a huge man. If his manner weren't so pleasant, he'd be intimidating.
All right, well, we learned a lot of new keywords from talking
Thanks a
to
lot. Bye now.
Dr. John.
Come back again.
Very cool. So we can go straight to the Moonbeam residence if we'd like. However, I'm kind of interested in checking out the crime scene again. Because we didn't do anything here last time. And I'm curious to see, like, if we missed something, like maybe something in the reeds.
Patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay.
The banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Can we take some, actually?
Is that clay?
We're just gonna get some by hand? Just put a lump of wet clay in our pocket?
Yuck.
I guess the answer is yes. Oh my god.
Gabriel is carrying a lump of clay from the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Great. Amazing. I wonder if I can use the sketchbook to like copy down the symbols maybe, because nothing else seems to be working.
Let me try to get this down.
Okay, there we go. Now we can, because I was like, what? I tried using these to see if they matched up, but...
Gabriel looks...
Okay, sorry. Open it, please. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait.
Images haunted. The images...
Wait, how do you turn the page? Can you turn the page? Because I copied the symbols down. Did I not? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The partial pattern from the crime scenes intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean?
That's a great question. Okay. It seems to be like 4 symbols here. But we don't really know.
Those two...
Sorry. Can you please? I don't think... Well... I don't know. Some of these symbols, they don't really seem to line up, so I guess I understand. Okay. Alright, so we got a couple things from here. Do we want to, like...
Out, down.
Right.
Gabriel is on the sand and clay. The site is... Gabriel, the site.
I'm wondering if there's anything else.
Gabriel, the site. Gabriel, the site. The banks of...
We got clay deposits.
Patches of grass have... Patches of... Gabriel, the site.
Huh. Let me see.
The police have already taken samples of the blood. Mosley will be able to tell Gabriel if there's anything significant about it.
Okay.
Gabriel can't take the land.
Right.
Gabriel doesn't need any grass. Gabriel doesn't need any more rocks in his pockets.
You know what we should do? Magnifying glass. Let's take a look. Why didn't we do this before, dude?
Gabriel is already magnifying the sand.
Okay.
It's extremely big, bloody sand.
Wow, thank you.
It's extremely...
Do we want to, like...
The police have...
Okay. Okay. Do we
The
want to use it?
lines in the sand are fairly large. Magnification wouldn't make them any clearer. Gabriel doesn't need to use that on the clay banks.
Anywhere else, though? Like, just out into the...
It's extremely big sand.
Huh. What about here in the grass?
It's very large grass. Gabriel is already...
Now, what's this?
It's very large grass.
Yeah, but is that something in it, or am I misinterpreting?
Gabriel doesn't need any grass.
What's that thing?
Gabriel does... It's very large.
Is it like a rock, piece of sand, or something?
It's very...
Damn. All right. Well, I mean, we had the right idea with the magnifying glass. Oh, what's right here?
It's extremely big sand. It's extremely big.
It's weird that you can do it in so many different spots.
There's There's nothing worth magnifying in that particular location.
Oh, there's something worth magnifying there?
It's extremely... There's nothing worth...
Well, at least they saved me some grief right there.
It's extremely... There's nothing worth...
I don't know, right here?
It's very...
Yeah, I guess there really is nothing, huh?
It's very...
I could have sworn... I have a vague memory of finding something here that I was like, are you kidding me? I can't remember. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with another game. Well, we got a couple things, so I'm happy about that. All right. Yeah, I don't want to... Oh, the Getty estate. Should we go? Should we go now? Hello. Oh my goodness. Take a look around.
The Garden District is famous for its elaborate old plantation homes and mansions. This particular mansion is impeccably groomed.
Okay.
Potted roses mark the entrance to the house. Perfectly groomed hedges run along the front of the porch. It's a brass door knocker.
Ooh, are you sure it's brass and not solid gold, dude?
The knocker is firmly attached to the front door.
My man, will you please just operate the door
Gabriel
knocker?
can't get inside unless he's invited.
How are we gonna do this then?
The knocker is...
Open the door.
Gabriel...
Do we walk up?
There's no one out. There's no... The knocker is...
Can we please operate the door knocker? Oh my god.
May I help you?
Yeah, can I come inside? Thanks. I'd like to see Malia Getty, please.
I'd like to see Malia Getty, please.
Or Malia.
I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
I do have official business.
I do have official business. Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
Well, you see, it's these voodoo murders.
Does this do anything for you? No, it does not, sir.
Here's me when I was younger.
Does this do anything for you? No, it does not, sir.
Okay. Would you like a lump of clay? Ah, I'm here. I'm a reverend.
Does this do anything for you?
I'm a priest.
No, it does not, sir.
Okay, that's maybe I should have put it on before I came over here. I'm selling hair gel. She would like some.
Does this do anything for you? No, it does not, sir.
Maybe you could use some. All right. Well,
I've got important business with Miss Getty. Yes, I'm waiting for some evidence of that, sir.
okay. I think we got a.
Just as I thought. A good day, sir.
Oh wow. Whoa. Okay, we'll be back with official evidence. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's walk around a little bit. Let's go to the Napoleon house. I got some new keywords. Nobody new to talk to, but you know, we could always talk to Stonewall.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be super helpful, but oh well. Marie Laveau.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Sure. She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Get off. Schottenjäger?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Never heard of it.
Damn, you are so useless, dude. There's not... You don't know what Caprice on call means either. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to gain from the Napoleon house yet. I remember the first time I played through this, I wasted a lot of time at Napoleon house because I was like convinced that somebody there knew something, and then it was just like couldn't find anything. You know, maybe we can use the sketchbook on that stuff on the side right here. Yeah, let's talk to you real quick. I've got some new keywords maybe to ask you. Because this is the Laveau
Could I
tomb
have
right
a
here.
minute of your time?
What you need, boy?
Mind if I pick your brain?
Okay. Marie Laveau.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Ooh, yeah.
Sure. She was the voodoo queen of New Orleans. A powerful voodooine and a powerful sorceress. Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They write secret marks on the walls.
I
leaving
see that.
offerings and that. Then there's the tourists. They come out of curiosity. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella from the Voodoo Museum, he's here at least once a day. But Marie Laveau's tomb
true?
ain't the only one the believers visit and make markings and leave offerings at.
Other marked tombs.
You said there were other marked tombs?
Yep. I seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of vulture feathers, plates of peas and corn green. Animal parts, human parts even, it looked like. Male parts, if you get my meaning. And this at one of the great family crypts, mind you.
What?
Odd how them types just pick a spot and stick to it.
So you've seen quite a lot here. Know what a Schottenjäger is?
Have you ever heard the word Schottenjäger?
I don't know what you talking about.
Okay. Well, I just asked if you had heard the word. Don't need to scoff at me. Gabriel.
Do you have any?
No, can't say that I do.
Okay. Nobody knows what that means.
What else can you tell me about Marie Laveau?
Her tomb's on all our tours. Even the Baptists come round here to gawk. Of course, you may not know this, but some of the real serious voodoo types argue that she ain't in this one at all, but down in an unmarked tomb in number 3. It's all the same to me, I say. Save me a lot of cleanup work if she weren't here, if you ask me.
True.
What else can you tell me about?
Boy, go out and buy a book if you really want to know. I ain't too sure my facts these days nohow.
All right, then.
What other tombs get marked? Can you show me?
No, I ain't one for naming names. I don't like to encourage that kind of thing. It's distressing to the families, and rightly so. Don't know
Makes
how that
sense.
sort of thing gets started. Why folks come to start leaving stuff at that one spot. But it happens all the same.
I haven't had my lights on. Woo. Better atmosphere now. Okay. All right, I think we're good here. Let's see. Let me sketch this.
I want a copy of these strange marks.
That's a good idea. Let's take a look. What did we... Okay, it's these.
Looking at the series of crosses, Gabriel can't help but to think that they have a pattern and a meaning he is not comprehending.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24, 26. So there's 26 of the symbols. Very interesting. Can we think of anything else that might have 26 symbols? So, I mean, we could interpret this as being A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. Kind of cruel that Z looks like X. But yeah, there's a lot of crosses. Okay. What if there's any kind of pattern to them? Well, you know, okay, now that I'm looking at it, some of these are the exact same symbol. Like that, that, and that. Okay, it might just be a coincidence that there's 26 total letters. Because some of them repeat. Like this one repeats 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times right there. And then there's this character without the one on top. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. We could play a little code breaker later, maybe, with that. If we get stuck, we can come back here, but... We can go to the Moonbeam residence, but let's go to... Should we go to St. Louis Cathedral? Jackson Square seems to be where a lot of stuff is. Let's check that place out, see if anything's changed. The mime's gone. Oh, good. Actually, go this way first. Hello? Okay, we've got a painter here, or...
An artist is taking advantage of the fine weather.
Is that so? Hey there.
Nice drawing of the cathedral.
Thanks.
It's really precise.
Well, I'm an architectural student, actually. It's good practice.
Okay. Nice. Do you want to talk?
Could I ask you some questions?
I'd rather not. I really get focused when I'm drawing.
Okay, fine. Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, anything geometric. It's pretty meticulous, but I prefer it to freehand.
Can you draw anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered, complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
Yeah, I don't think you could do Monet, though, if you're a technical artist.
Do you mind if I watch you?
Be my guest.
Okay. Check out the sketchbook that I have.
What would the artist do with that?
Well, why do you sound so incredulous? He would admire my art. That's what he would do. Oh, wait, there's a juggler over here. I didn't even notice. Let's take a look at the juggler.
The juggler looks like a beginner practicing he act.
Okay, well, hey
The
there.
juggler is busy.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
The juggler is...
Okay, well, what's the point of you, huh? Okay. We'll check one more place. Over here. What the heck is going on here?
A small boy is tap dancing enthusiastically for a lucky dog vendor. The vendor ignores him.
You alright there?
You dance pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money, Dan.
I don't have any.
Don't block the view, mister.
Okay, you want some money.
Interrogating the little boy wouldn't be very useful.
Okay.
Do you do requests?
Got any money?
No.
Some to eat?
No.
There you have it. No.
Okay. I do have a gift certificate to St. George's Books, kid.
What would the little boy do with that?
He would spend it on some books. That's what he would do. The incredulity is very insulting. What would he do with that? Well, he would use it. It's like money, okay?
The lucky dog vendor has his nose buried in a paperback novel. Gabriel noticed that it is not. Big surprise. One it is.
Oh, wow. Narrator's got jokes. Hi there.
Could I get a lucky dog, please?
Not now, I'm busy.
An unambitious person? In the 90s? Ah, amazing.
Wow. Narrator's got some thoughts on the youths of today.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yep, I mind all right.
Why?
'Cause A, I don't know anything, and B, I'm busy.
Well, it sounds like Cleveland. Sounds like Cleveland from Family Guy. Oh, you know what? You're reading a book. Do you want a gift certificate?
I have this gift certificate.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books, finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you, if you'll give me a lucky dog.
A lucky dog for a $20 gift certificate? Well, sure. Here you go.
$20 gift certificate? Ooh, look at that. Let's take a look at this lucky dog. Ooh, 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 ooh.
The lucky dog is plump and juicy.
All right. You know what we gotta do? We gotta eat it.
Using that on the sidewalk would be pointless.
No, I want to eat it.
I'm hungry, but not for that.
You want it, kid?
You wouldn't like a lucky dog by any chance.
Would I?
There you go.
Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
Okay. I don't know what I would request.
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah. You got one?
Can you do the Nutcracker Suite in D minor? Okay.
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay, then.
I don't know like what I'm supposed to be using it for. Like, doesn't really make much sense. Okay. Well, I guess we need a distraction or something. Oh God, come on. Gabriel. Well, we used the mime to distract the cop in the last part. That's why I feel like I'm getting into kind of a groove with the game. Like before, in part 1, I was like warming up and I was like, oh right, you kind of have to, with adventure games, you kind of have to like get into the mindset of the person that was like designing all the puzzles and stuff. Let's go to the Moonbeam residence and see what's up. Okay, here we go.
Welcome, Seeker. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait, Gabriel Knight?
You're too quick for me.
Okay. Let's look around this place.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
Okay, well, first I'm gonna look around.
The Moonbeam residence looks like a cross between a voodoo temple and a Victorian fortune teller's parlor by way of Haight Street.
Okay. What about her?
Magenta Moonbeam is wrapped in gauze and silks. She looks vaguely mysterious and mysteriously vague.
Oh.
A large, sluggish snake rests on the floor of the fancy bird cage. Apparently, Magenta is not a fastidious housekeeper. A shed skin shares the cage with its original owner.
I was like, is that a dead snake in there? That makes more sense.
The Moonbeam residence.
Right.
It's an old-fashioned parlor lamp hung with crystal.
I see you got a crystal ball as well.
A large crystal ball is prominently displayed.
Well, this mask.
The mask is made of carved wood and looks African. Magenta's bottles probably contain secret ritual concoctions.
Okay, hi.
Dr. John tells me you're a voodoo practitioner of some kind.
Yes, I am a voodooienne, a voodoo priestess.
Do you get many people in here on an average day?
Some days the need for my power is greater than others. But I have many regular clients who would be lost without my vision, Mr. Knight.
I can imagine. That's a great-looking mask on the wall.
It's from Africa, a gift to me from Queen Tabitha.
Do you know Dr. John well?
Oh, yes. We are old friends. Those with gifts are often drawn together.
But he doesn't seem to respect you at all.
So, let's say I came to you wanting to attract a woman. Well, what would you advise?
Oh, I wouldn't think you'd have any trouble attracting women, Mr. Knight.
No. I guess I don't.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's talk to her.
I'll ask you a few questions.
Of course, Seeker.
All right.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as gree-gree and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
I'm gonna probably need one at some point.
What can you tell me about...
Much of a voodoo yen's work is protecting her clients from the spell of others. I make special protective gree-gree to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
Well, isn't that great?
What can you...
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
What can you...
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Monsieur Knight.
Okay, what about gree-gree?
Give me an example of a gree-gree.
All right. Here's an old one. Take a lodestone and some brimstone to a crossroads at midnight. Light the brimstone with a match, and a spirit will come and give you advice in gambling.
Okay.
Give me an example of a gree-gree.
Another one?
Here's an old hoodoo Dr. Gree-Gree. Place a dime under your client's tongue, and if the client is under a spell of any kind, the dime will turn black.
I would say if you put a dime under my tongue and it turned black, that's a medical condition right there. That's what I would say.
Give me an example.
To send someone away, take a rotten egg and write that person's name on it 9 times. You can also write on it where you want to send that person to. Take it and throw it against his door at midnight.
Wow, I mean, I think if somebody threw an egg at my door at midnight and then I answered the door and the egg had my name written on it, I mean, I could see myself thinking that that's some kind of threat.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes? What would you like to hear?
How'd you get into this business?
I trained in the voodoo arts for many years with the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Who's she?
You have never heard of her? For shame! I can see you know little of the world of magic.
I'm beginning to get that impression, yes.
And that's why I'm here. I don't know if, I mean, the whole context of me visiting you is to learn more because I don't know anything.
What kind of people come to see you?
Seekers after the truth, such as yourself.
Okay.
Do you do anything else?
I am a voodoo yen. That is plenty. It takes much spiritual effort.
How many voodoo yens are there?
How many voodoo yens are there?
No one knows exactly. Many practice in secret. There are probably hundreds. But of course the level and the power of the voodoo yens differ greatly, depending on their training and natural gifts.
Tell me anything at all.
Tell me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in New Orleans. I came here from Kansas as a young woman.
I thought I heard a Kansas accent. Okay.
Tell me anything at all.
I began studying voodoo more than 20 years ago. I am well versed in the magical art.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Well, let's talk
Very
about something
well.
else. There's got to be something. Do you know what Cabri Sans Coeur means?
Do you have any idea what Gabriel Sans Coeur means?
No. No, I don't.
Are you sure about that? You sounded kind of taken aback by that. Schottenjäger?
Have you ever heard the word Schottenjäger?
I don't know anything about that.
Marie Laveau?
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, yes. She was the first of the great voodoo queens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything?
She ruled voodoo in New Orleans for 100 years, they say.
Right.
Do you know?
I'm sure a historian could help you with that, if you want to know more.
Right, yeah, Dr. John.
What can you tell
Let's ask
me
about voodoo again. Oh, right, okay. Let's ask about the voodoo murders.
What do you know about
Yeah.
the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my clientele. But I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there. very bad.
Okay. New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
Okay.
What can you
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
You're really not as informative as Dr. John was.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
Wow.
What can you...
It is my...
Okay.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
Here's a nasty one. To kill someone, get a sock or a shoe that belongs to that person. Put graveyard dirt in it and bury it under their front steps.
Does that work?
I don't know. I never tried it.
Okay.
Give me an
To ensure the safety of your child, cut a lock of its hair while it is still a baby and keep it with you. The child must have all its hair before it can die.
These are interesting.
They're very old. The gree-gree that I prepare is much more powerful, I can assure you, but I don't give out those secrets.
Okay, so we've kind of exhausted all the gris-gris examples. Okay, is there something we'd like to show her maybe, like any of these symbols really? Like, what can you do with hair gel? What about these? See what she thinks of these. What do you think of these?
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
Wow, I was right.
Ah, the voodoo code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
Let's see. Well, some of it is nonsense, I'm afraid. Whoever wrote this wasn't very good.
That's all right. Just tell me what it says.
It starts with a D and a J, and then...
Wait,
Okay, this part makes sense. It says,
DJ.
conclave tonight, bring... then there's more nonsense. F-W-E-T-K-A-S-H. Well, that last bit might mean cash. Fresh cash? It doesn't make much sense.
That's okay, thanks.
DJ could stand for Dr. John.
DJ, conclave, K-A-S-H. It's a star.
I'm happy I could help.
Yeah, that was just on a lark, to be honest. Let me... Wait, which one was this that I gave you? Ah! DJ, Dr. John, conclave, tonight. Bring Fwet cash. Dr. John, conclave tonight, bring Fwet cash. I don't know what the Fwet cash is. Bring cash? I mean, are we sure about that? Did she lie to me about the... Huh. But interesting, now... Wait. Now we have a cipher for the other one. Here, let's see... Or wait, no, is that the other one that I just did?
It's Gabriel's sketch of
Oh, so this is what we sketched from the Laveau tomb. It's just, it looks different. Remember, it was like 26 letters. Here it's 30. Okay, so never mind. But this does give us a way to maybe translate in the future. Fwet cash. I have no idea what that could mean. Okay, let's see. What about this?
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magic symbols.
This is from the
Deep
crime scene.
Magic.
Really? Have you seen them before?
No,
Then how do you know they're magic symbols?
Seeker, my eyes are unveiled to see truly that which is in front of me.
Uh-huh. Thanks. Tons.
Okay. What about these? We'll give her all the symbols.
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magic
Oh, it's the same thing?
Then
Seeker?
uh-huh.
So really it's just the other one that you knew about. Well, that's too bad. Let's see. Do you know anything about this?
Does this mean anything to you?
I can be of no help to you, Seeker.
Okay, that's totally fine. Do you know any of these people?
Does this mean anything to you?
I can be of no help to you, Seeker.
What's about this
The
snake?
only receptive ears in the room belong to the voodoo and
Can I ask you about the snake? Like,
Magentia's room is Magenta.
let's see. Can I show you my sketchbook?
Does this
See what she
mean
thinks of the
anything-
drawings.
I can be of...
Damn, okay. Here you go.
Could you look at this and tell me if you recognize anything about it?
That's from those voodoo murders, isn't it? That has nothing to do with me.
Right. Okay. You recognize this guy?
Does this mean...
I can...
Damn, okay.
Could I ask...
Sir,
See if, do we have anything else? No, not really. Okay, I think we'll probably come back here some other time.
Well, I guess I'll be gone now.
Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't say anything. She just is like, see
as you wish.
Oh. You know, she had a really nice chair, and I didn't. Can't help but notice. Let's go to the police station. Oh, what's going on here?
There's a photocopy machine in the...
Not
There's a
that. What's happening
There's
here?
a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. The security cage has been removed by the electrician.
Is that so? Hi, Frick. How you doing?
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
You know, I forgot about this. I think I forgot to mention this completely. Yeah. But the voice actor for Frick is somebody that you may know as well. Let's ask about Marie
Do
Laveau.
you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Marie who? Is she the one that hangs out on Conti and Nash?
No. Never mind.
It's Jim Cummings, aka the voice that you would know best as Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, among many others. Very prolific voice actor. Yep, that's him.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Can't say that I have, but it sounds dirty.
Ooh, can you imagine? Oh, bother. Can you imagine him doing that? It's crazy.
Are you sure you don't know what Caprice encore means?
You don't want to make me repeat myself, bud.
Interesting. Okay, sorry. Well, time to go see Mosley. Excuse me. You've still got that file out? It's been like an entire day. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Mosley.
Night, I had a feeling you'd show up.
Yeah. Well, here I am. How
Can I
goes
ask
it?
you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Okay, anything... Case status.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Okay. Marie
Do
Laveau?
you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Is she that red-headed chick that works at Freddy's?
No.
Then I don't know her.
Okay. I think we can turn up the temperature. We can mess with the temperature somehow. Make it hot in here. We can sweat him out. We're definitely supposed to like make him leave the room somehow. I remember doing that. That's why I thought I had to do it before. Do we maybe need to get...
Nice polyester. It's not Gabriel's size or style.
Interesting.
Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his youth. Now he's getting lumpy. The badge in his front coat pocket is set off particularly well by the gold polyester of his jacket.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We get him to take off his jacket by cranking the temperature, and then we tell him to get coffee for us, and we steal the badge. And then we go to Malia Getty's house, and we say, look, we're here on official business. That's it. I've got it, dude. Okay, hell yes.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Later, Knight.
Okay, let's mess with it.
The gauge is fixed.
Ah, well. Do we want like do we want 90 degrees? It's already cranked up. Okay, yeah, it was already at like 90 degrees. I wonder why. Okay, yeah. It's really hot, don't you think, Mosley?
It's hot.
Yeah, you better take that coat off.
Dang, the air conditioning must be on the blink. Are you hot? Man, I'm hot.
We're literally sweating him out. Hell yeah. Okay. Now, go get me some coffee.
Can I ask you about...
Oh, look, doesn't that some nice attention to detail? He no longer has it in his little portrait.
How about getting me some coffee?
What am I, your slave?
Hey, I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah, fine.
Go. Get out of here. Leave. Leave my presence.
Some people are never satisfied.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm gonna steal your badge. Okay, we gotta move quick. In a pinch. We gotta pinch this badge.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Oh my god, we barely had enough.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
We should show him the badge.
Thanks. Tons. I mean it.
80. Okay, let's see. Let's save. Let's see. Wait. Day 2 badge. Okay. If he's like, hey, give me that, then I'm gonna.
If Gabriel put anything on that desk, it would disappear forever.
So you have to, when you click, you have to use the top left corner of the object.
Mosley will notice that his badge is gone soon enough.
Okay, I just wanted to see. All right, see you, Mosley. Bye-bye. Good to see you. Farewell. Okay, and let's go. I don't think I have anything else to do here. So, let's go to Malia Getty's place. Excuse me. Official police business. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're here. We're Officer Mosley, obviously.
May I help you?
Like to see Malia
I'd like
Getty.
to see Malia Getty, please.
Malia Getty, whatever.
I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
Well, perhaps you'll announce me
I do have official business.
once you see
Really?
my badge.
Please tell me the nature of your business.
The nature of my business is screw you.
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business. Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Getty.
Miss Getty. Yeah, inform her
Miss Getty
that
will see you.
I'm
right
here.
This way.
Hell yeah.
Miss
Ooh.
Getty will be down shortly.
Is that so? Let's take a look.
Thank you.
Let's take a look around. Oh, I guess we can't. Are these like self-portraits or what? What are these? We can't interact with anything right now, so... Is this a lion?
What can I do for you, Detective?
Oh, wow, okay.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Done anything exciting lately?
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Can we get to the point?
Right, of course.
The Getty Library is as well put together as Malia herself. Classy, rich, flawless. Your creed.
Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. It, like, minimized for whatever reason.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are.
Oh, okay.
Harvard Classic, Homer, Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels.
Right. Alright, let's talk to her.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
Okay. Alright. Flirt with her. Wow. Cabri Sankar.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sankar means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
Nice save. Schottenjäger.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with that, Detective.
What can you help me with? Voodoo murders.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
Do you not believe me? Uh-oh.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced?
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh. Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Huh.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about voodoo?
I really don't know much about it. Isn't there some place in town that you can find out about that sort of thing? A museum or something?
I believe there is a museum.
Then maybe you should check there.
Okay. What can you tell me? Lake Pontchartrain.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could, but I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake, and I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about what...
I wish I could, but I've
Okay.
never seen or heard anything unusual.
Really?
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
What kind of things interest you?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
Okay. Interesting. Career?
Do you have a career?
A career. Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Yeah. I've seen Succession, okay? Yeah, you don't do shit all day.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you. Or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large, extended family.
I see.
Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
Do you have a husband? A boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I do a lot of charity work around the city, primarily in the prison and reform system. I'm not a professional sociologist, but it does interest me.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh? Why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please, I do have some morals, Detective.
Go.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
Go on.
As you wish, Detective.
Okay, New Orleans?
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now.
Oh my God.
Tell me more about New Orleans.
I'm afraid I don't get out into New Orleans society much. Because of the Getty money, we have slots in the best country clubs and on the best Mardi Gras courts. But I must admit, I hate it. I avoid actually making an appearance unless it becomes absolutely necessary.
I know about those courts. They're very exclusive.
Yes, especially when it comes to people of my race. That's why we don't turn down the appointments. It's a rare opportunity to rub their noses in it. But that's not where I spend my time. I have more important things to do with my life.
That's admirable. Many women would love the chance to get caught up in that kind of life.
I'm not any kind of woman you might be familiar with.
Yes.
Whoa.
I can see that.
Damn, okay. I'm not getting any, new information.
I don't know what else you want to hear, Detective. Anything you might care to know about my public life, you can easily look up in the papers.
I mean, okay.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Gar means?
No, I don't.
All right, that's right. Marie Laveau.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
I have heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Damn, it's really nothing.
Do you know anything?
I have heard...
This is tough. I'm pretty sure that if I flirt with her, the conversation ends prematurely. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe I show her something? Yeah, maybe show her the picture of the murder.
Gabriel is trying to impress the girl, not to make her gag.
Right. Is there anything that... I mean, the piece of brick?
Does
oh
this
my
mean
God.
anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Sketchbook?
Does this mean anything to you?
No, it...
She's being very unhelpful so far. Here, I'll tell you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up what to do here, because I feel like I've missed something obvious. And I know that, like, if we get kicked out, we can't come back in and talk to her. I don't think that we get, like, locked out of progress, though. I don't know. Let's see. Been doing pretty good, though, on not looking stuff up. The only other time I did was when I went back to the bookstore and Bruno came in, and then I was like, aha! I have to read the books in the bookstore. It's obvious. Let's see. There's a great little website called the Universal Hint System. I think it's an older website, and basically they'll give you spoiler-free hints, like when you're playing older point and clicks and stuff, so that, because a lot of times when you read like a walkthrough or something like that, like a text walkthrough, they'll just spoil what happens, and you're like, great, well, I didn't want to know that. But yeah, the Universal Hint System is pretty good about being fairly spoiler free with it. That's kind of the whole point of it. What should I talk with Malia about? Voodoo and Link punch our train. Oh, but she was like really not helpful about that.
Would you mind? Are you
Quite.
Because I asked her about those
could.
things. She's really not. She's really not helpful with that. Okay. I mean, is there... I guess we'll just do it.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that. Brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job. I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Oh, I guess this is how we get info.
I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear, I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out.
We didn't really gain anything, though, did we? Did we gain anything?
Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
Uh-oh.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
I mean, I guess we're good then. I don't know. We didn't really get anything from that, though, frustratingly. All right. Well, let's maybe go back to the bookshop.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Oh boy, party time.
We're at 85 points out of 342. I think we only got like 20 points or something like that this video. Not that many. But I feel like I've made some good progress on stuff. Have I?
Got a minute?
Let's see if we can request
Could you
research.
Sure, what?
Oh.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I think requesting research is how you end the day.
Do you have
Nope.
No messages. What do you know about Marie Laveau?
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Wasn't she a big voodoo queen before the Civil War?
That's right.
Well, you just heard everything I know about her.
Very helpful.
Could you do...
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and end the video for now. And next part, I'll come back and you know what? I'll have some stuff that'll really blow you guys' socks off. Next video. Yeah. Kind of at a dead end for now. But yeah, we'll come back to this. And yeah, until then. All right. See you then. Think critically.